How much do you love your family?
Easy peasy.
Netflix is packed with movies, but finding the right one can be frustrating. From intense survival stories and stylish thrillers to powerful dramas and unforgettable characters, today's list covers the best movies you can watch on Netflix right now. So grab your snacks, relax, and let's dive into the top 10 best Netflix movies to watch right now. Skyscraper, 2018. Starring Dwayne Johnson, Skyscraper is a high-stakes action thriller set almost entirely inside the tallest and most advanced building in the world. The story follows a former FBI rescue leader who now works as a security consultant. When the skyscraper he's responsible for protecting is taken over by dangerous criminals, his family becomes trapped inside, and he's suddenly framed as the main suspect. What makes Skyscraper so entertaining is its simple but effective premise. It's a straightforward survival story focused on courage, sacrifice, and one man willing to risk everything to save his family against impossible odds. The confined setting adds constant tension, turning every floor into a potential trap. Explosions, close calls, and intense stunts keep the action moving at a fast pace. Dwayne Johnson delivers exactly what fans expect: intensity, heart, and heroic moments, making Skyscraper a thrilling and easy-to-watch action movie that never forgets its emotional core. DJANGO Unchained, 2012. Directed by Quentin Tarantino and starring Jamie Foxx, Christoph Waltz, and Leonardo DiCaprio, DJANGO Unchained is a powerful blend of action, drama, and dark humor. Set in the pre-Civil War South, the film follows Django, a freed slave who forms an unlikely partnership with a sharp-witted bounty hunter. Together, they embark on a dangerous mission to rescue Django's wife from a ruthless plantation owner. The movie is bold, emotional, and unforgettable. Tarantino's signature dialogue is sharp and layered, while every character feels distinct and memorable. Christoph Waltz delivers a standout performance that adds intelligence and wit, while Leonardo DiCaprio brings chilling intensity to his role. Violence is used deliberately to heighten tension rather than shock, and the film slowly builds toward powerful moments that leave a lasting impact. Stylish, intense, and deeply emotional, DJANGO Unchained is ultimately a story about freedom, revenge, and justice, one that remains one of Tarantino's most celebrated and rewatchable films. The School for Good and Evil, 2022. Based on the popular fantasy novel, The School for Good and Evil is a visually rich fantasy adventure starring Charlize Theron, Kerry Washington, and Sophia and Caruso. The story follows two best friends who are taken to a magical school where fairy tale heroes and villains are trained. But when they're placed in opposite schools, their friendship is tested. What makes this movie fun is its twist on classic fairy tales. It's colorful, imaginative, and filled with magical worlds and interesting characters. Beneath the fantasy, the film explores identity, friendship, and choosing who you really want to be. Frankenstein, 2025. Netflix's Frankenstein 2025 reimagines the classic Gothic tale for modern audiences with a darker, more emotional approach. Rather than focusing purely on horror, the film centers on the tragic relationship between creator and creation, exploring deep themes of loneliness, ambition, and the consequences of playing God. This version leans heavily into emotional horror instead of cheap jump scares. The monster is not portrayed as a mindless threat, but as a deeply human figure, confused, abandoned, and desperately searching for meaning and acceptance. The atmosphere is heavy and haunting, with shadowy visuals and slow-building tension that keeps you unsettled throughout. Every scene feels deliberate, allowing the tragedy to unfold naturally. Dark, thoughtful, and emotionally driven, Frankenstein feels less like a traditional horror film and more like a powerful dramatic tragedy, one that stays with you long after it ends. The Revenant, 2015. Starring Leonardo DiCaprio, The Revenant is a brutal and unforgettable survival story set in the freezing, unforgiving wilderness. After being left for dead during a fur trading expedition, a frontiersman is forced to endure unimaginable pain, extreme weather, and total isolation in a fight against both nature and his own limits. The film is intense and deliberately slow burn, allowing every moment of suffering to feel real. The vast natural landscapes are stunning but merciless, turning the environment itself into a constant and deadly threat. What makes The Revenant so powerful is its raw realism. Dialogue is minimal, emotions are visceral, and survival becomes the only goal that matters. It's a haunting story of endurance, revenge, and the sheer will to live, anchored by one of Leonardo DiCaprio's most physically demanding and emotionally powerful performances ever put on screen. Red Notice, 2021. Red Notice brings together Dwayne Johnson, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot in a stylish action comedy. The story revolves around an FBI profiler forced to team up with a master art thief to catch an even more dangerous criminal. What makes this movie enjoyable is its fun chemistry, fast pacing, and globe-trotting adventure. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and that's its biggest strength. If you're looking for something entertaining, lighthearted, and action-packed, Red Notice is a perfect Netflix watch. American Psycho 2000. Starring Christian Bale, American Psycho is a disturbing psychological thriller that explores obsession, identity, and madness. The story follows Patrick Bateman, a wealthy investment banker living a double life in New York City. On the surface, he's successful and charming, but beneath that lies something far darker. The movie is unsettling, stylish, and deeply psychological. Christian Bale's performance is chilling and unforgettable. It's not an easy watch, but it's a powerful one that leaves a lasting impact. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 2019. Another Quentin Tarantino masterpiece, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, and Margot Robbie in one of the director's most personal films. Set in late 1960s Hollywood, the story follows a fading television actor and his loyal stunt double as they struggle to stay relevant in an industry that's rapidly changing around them. This movie is less about a traditional plot and more about atmosphere, character, and nostalgia. Every scene is carefully crafted, filled with sharp dialogue, subtle humor, and quiet emotional moments that reflect the end of a golden era. Brad Pitt delivers a cool, effortless performance, while Leonardo DiCaprio shines as a man wrestling with insecurity and fading fame. Margot Robbie adds warmth and innocence to a world on the edge of change. A love letter to old Hollywood, the film is stylish, relaxed, and deeply satisfying, slowly building toward moments that are both shocking and unforgettable, making it one of Tarantino's most rewarding films to revisit. Against the Ice, 2022. Against the Ice is a powerful survival drama based on a true story, starring Nikolaj Coster-Waldau in a gripping and emotionally grounded performance. Set in the early 1900s, the film follows two explorers who become stranded in the brutal Arctic wilderness, forced to endure freezing temperatures, extreme hunger, and overwhelming isolation far from civilization. This is a slow-burning and deeply human story that focuses on endurance, friendship, and mental strength. As supplies run low and hope fades, the bond between the two men becomes their greatest weapon against the unforgiving environment. The Arctic itself feels like a living enemy, silent, vast, and merciless. Every step, every decision, and every risk carries life-or-death consequences. Against the Ice isn't about spectacle or non-stop action. It's about survival, sacrifice, and the fragile line between determination and despair, making it one of Netflix's most emotionally powerful survival films. Damsel, 2024. At number 1, Damsel is a dark fantasy adventure starring Millie Bobby Brown, delivering a powerful and refreshing twist on classic fairy tale storytelling. The story flips the familiar fairy tale formula on its head. A young woman believes she's about to live her happily ever after, only to discover she's been betrayed and offered as a sacrifice in a deadly tradition. What follows is a brutal fight for survival where there is no knight coming to save her. Trapped in a hostile and dangerous environment, she must rely entirely on her intelligence, resilience, and inner strength to stay alive. The film blends fantasy, horror, and action, creating constant tension while exploring themes of independence, courage, and self-discovery. Millie Bobby Brown delivers a commanding performance that carries the movie from start to finish. Visually striking and emotionally charged, Damsel stands out as one of Netflix's most empowering and thrilling recent releases, a modern fairy tale where survival replaces romance. And there you have it, the top 10 best movies to watch on Netflix right now. Whether you're in the mood for action, fantasy, survival, or psychological drama, this list has something for everyone. Which movie are you watching tonight? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more movie recommendations. Movies Next Up, helping you choose what to watch next.